Hello friends, Namaste. Welcome to the class on the block diagram reduction technique. So here we are going to see how to write the given system to the block diagram. And first we should know why we need to study the block diagram representation. In the previous class we studied about the mathematical modeling where we are writing the differential equations for the given system. Okay, so what is the drawback in the writing the mathematical modeling means, what is the difficulty in writing the mathematical modeling? The analysis of the system will becomes very difficult. Okay, because we are writing the mathematical modeling for the complete system. So therefore, analysis will be difficult in such cases. So that's why to overcome that, so there is another technique that is called as block diagram reduction techniques. So in this technique, so we can easily analyze and we can easily find out the transfer function of a given system, and it is very simple method. Okay, so today we are going to learn about that. What is the meaning of block diagram reduction technique and how to represent the given system in terms of blocks. Okay. So what is the meaning of block diagram? So block diagram is a pictorial representation of a given system. I will repeat once again. Block diagram is a pictorial representation of a given system. So that we are going to call as what? Block diagram reduction techniques. I know it is very difficult to understand, right? So let me explain this by taking one of the example. What is the example I have taken is a liquid level control system. What is the meaning of liquid level control system? For example, here I have taken one tank is there. So I need to maintain the level of water in a tank at a desired position. So that is what my objective. So that can be achieved with the help of liquid level control system. So here various parts are there. Which are the various parts? The main thing is the tank. So where we need to maintain the water level in a tank. Okay. So next we have a controller, right? So this is a controller. So this is a controller and we have a wall and float. So mainly there are four components or four elements are there in the liquid level control system. Which are those? Tank, controller, wall and the float. Okay. So what is happening over here? If the water level decreases, okay, water level decreases, so that will be sensed by float. So that signal will be given to the controller. That signal will be given to the controller, and the signal, the manipulated signal will be sent to the wall. Whether the wall must be in on condition or off condition depending upon the position of a float. Okay, so in this way we can maintain the water level. When the float reaches the minimum level, so the controller is going to send a signal to the wall that it must be in on condition. Therefore, the inflow of water takes place to the tank. After it reaches the maximum level, once again the float sends to the controller. Then the controller back sends to the wall to be closed. So in this way we can maintain the water level in the tank. So this is what called as liquid level control system. How to represent this in terms of a blocks? Okay, so that's what we are going to learn. So there are main four components are there. Which is that one? The first component here is tank. Okay, the first component is the tank. We need to maintain the water level in the tank. So next, what is the next component? So that can be achieved by controlling the wall. So first we need to control the wall. So how to control the wall? The wall can be controlled with the help of controller. Just I will erase it. 1 minute. Okay, so we have a tank and that has to be controlled by the wall. The wall in turn will be controlled by controller. So what is the input signal we are going to give? The input signal that we are going to call as R. So that will be called as input. That is the desired level of the water that has to be maintained in the tank. Next, so we are going to get output C, that we are going to call as C. So what will be the feedback over here? The float is the feedback. It is going to check what is the level of water in the tank at each and every second. So that signal will be compared over here. It will be compared with the reference input as well as feedback signal. After comparing, the error signal will be sent to the controller. The controller is going to send the manipulated signal to the wall. The wall is going to take the necessary action. Depending upon that necessary action, the water is going to flow in or it will be stopped. So this is how we are going to represent the given system in the block diagram. So afterwards I will tell you how to reduce this block diagram. So here we are learning about how to write the given system in terms of blocks. Okay, so that is what the main thing that we are learning first. Okay, so here in the block diagram reduction technique, there are 5 basic elements out there. Which are the main 5 basic elements? That is a block, transfer function, summing point, takeoff point, and arrows. So these are the main elements in the block diagram reduction technique. I repeat: blocks, transfer function, summing point, takeoff points, and arrows. Let me take one by one and explain you. What is the meaning of blocks? So blocks means, so what we did first we note down what are the important elements in this liquid level control system. How many elements are there? There are 4 main elements are there. Those 4 elements are represented in terms of blocks. So these are the blocks. Okay, these are the main basic elements of a system. So that's why that will be represented in terms of blocks. Next, what we have? Transfer function. What is the meaning of transfer function? It is the Laplace output to the input. So this we already studied in the previous class. The transfer function of each element will be represented inside the box. The transfer function of each element will be represented inside the box. That means what? It tells you what is the behavior of each element for the given input. So that can be represented in the blocks. So that is the second element, that is the transfer function. What is the third element? Summing point. What is the meaning of summing point? Here 2 or more signals will be compared. So that point is that position in the is called as what? Summing point. See, here is the summing point. This is the summing point. So where the feedback signal and also the input signal will be compared. So that we are going to call as what? Summing point. Next, what else is there? The next one is takeoff point. What is the meaning of takeoff point? This point is called as takeoff point, where the output signal will be taken for feedback. Okay, this is the point where the signal will be taken for comparison. The signal will be taken for the comparison. That point is called as what? Takeoff point. So this is the takeoff point. So what is the meaning of arrows? Arrows means that indicates the direction of flow of signal. So it can't able to come in the opposite side. The signal can't able to come in the opposite side. It represents the direction of flow of signal. So this is the forward path and this one is the feedback path. Okay, feedback path. So in the same way we need to represent the arrows. Okay, so this is how we are going to represent the given system in terms of blocks. With the help of this we can reduce it and we can find out what is the behavior of the total system. Okay, I hope you understood. So next we will take up the next topic. Okay, so this is a block diagram represents a simple closed loop system. So in the previous example we have seen how to write the given system to a block diagram. So that is also a closed loop system. So how to write the transfer function of this one? So that is what our discussion topic now. Simple form of closed loop system. So how to write the transfer function of a simple closed loop control system. So what is the meaning of R of S means it is a Laplace input. Okay, Laplace input, that is R of S. Next, what is the meaning of B of S? So this is the B of S. So B of represents the feedback signal. Okay, B of represents the feedback signal, whereas E of S represents the error signal. What is the meaning of G of S means is the transfer function of forward path. Okay, G of S represents the transfer function of forward path, whereas this one feedback path. So H of S represents the transfer function of feedback path. Okay, and C of S represents the Laplace output. Okay, Laplace output. I will repeat once again. R of S represents the reference input in terms of Laplace. B of S is also represents the feedback signal, that is also in terms of Laplace. E of S represents the error signal. Error signal means after comparing R of S and B of S. Next, D of S is a transfer function in the forward path, and C of S is a transfer function of output. Output of a Laplace output, and H of S is the what is that? Transfer function of feedback path. So how to represent, how to write down the transfer function of this system? So here, what is the meaning of E of S? So error signal, right? So E of S can be written as what? Can you tell me? It will be R of S. R of S. Here we have a summing point. What is this? This is a summing point. I already told in the previous example. Summing point, and this one is a takeoff point. Here the two signals will be compared. So what will be the equation for E of S? E of S will be equal to R of S minus R plus B of S. Here the two signals will be compared. Here you can see, here it is a minus and plus. So negative feedback signal and the positive feedback signal. So minus plus B of S. Next, what is the meaning of B of S? So B of S will be equal to, it will be just I missed one thing. Okay, what is that? 1 second. Okay, so B of S is equal to, okay, B of S is equal to, what is the signal it will be from here? It will be C of S. So here this signal will be getting multiplied with H of S. So that is equal to B of S. B of S will be equal to C of S into H of S. Okay. Next, what is the meaning of C of S? C of S is equal to what? C of S will be equal to E of S into G of S. E of S into G of S. Is it right? So let me take this one as equation number 1, and this is the equation number 2, and this is the equation number 3. I hope you got it. E of S is equal to R of S minus R plus B of S. So this is the error signal. Next, what is the B of S? That is the feedback signal is equal to C of S into H of S, that is equal to B of S. Next, what is the C of S? That is the output signal will be equal to E of S into G of S. So that is the equation number 3. So we have taken equation number 1, 2 and 3. So now in this case, so we are going to substitute B of S is equal to C of S into H of S. So substitute equation 2 in equation number 1. So then what happens? So then E of S will be equal to R of S minus r plus. So we have b of s is equal to c of s into h of s. So this I am going to write it over here, c of s into h of s. Got this one? So next, what is the e of s? So from the equation number 3, we can write the equation for e of s. E of s is equal to c of s by c of s by g of s. Okay, so this is from this equation number 3. So we got two equations for e of s, and e of s is equal to r of s minus r plus c of s into h of s. Next we have another equation, e of s is equal to c of s by g of s. Now if I equate these two equations, if I am going to equate these two equations, so I can write like this. So what is my equation? R of s minus r plus, okay, this minus r plus c of s h of s is equal to what? C of s into g of s. Is it right? I can write like this. So if I cross multiply the g of s, so this can be written as r of s g of s minus r plus c of s into h of s is equal to c of s. Sorry, I forgot to write the g of s. So g of s into c of s. Right? So I can I can transfer this c of s from LCM left side to the right side. So then this can run as r of s into g of s is equal to c of s. C here the symbol is minus r plus. If I transfer that one, that will become plus r minus c of s h of s g of s. Okay. Now, so as per the, so we can take this one as common, r of s into g of s, r of s into g of s. This can run as what? If I take the common as c of s, so it will be 1 plus r minus g of s into h of s. Okay, we got this one. Now, what is the transfer function? We know the transfer function is something but what? Output by input. What is the output represent? C of s represents the output. What is the input represents? R of s. What is the transfer function means? It will be output by input. So therefore, this equation can be written as, output. What is the output? C of s by R of s. So just I am going to cross multiply C of s by R of s. So this can be written as G of s divided by 1 plus r minus G of s into h of s. So this is the transfer function for the given block diagram. So this can be represented as, see, I will represent this in a block diagram. So this can be represented as, in a block, so it will be G of s divided by 1 plus r minus G of s into h of s. What is the input we are going to give? That is the R of s. What is the output we are going to get? C of s. Okay. So this is what the transfer function of simple closed loop control system. Okay. This is about the class. In the next class, I am going to take you the what are the different rules are there to reduce the block. What are different techniques are there in the block diagram reduction technique. In the previous class, if you know those techniques, then only you can able to solve the problem. Okay. Thank you. Namaste.